Hello there. You must be the time traveler that I am looking for. My name is Miss Betty Longbottom. I am from the year 1927, and I am stuck here at the Bellaire Public Library in 2023. I was told that if I find a time traveler such as myself, if you read a book along with me, then I'll be able to get back to 1927. Do you think you can help me today? Great. So I picked out a special book that occurred during the same year as where I'm from, 1927. It is called The Overground Railroad. It is written by Lisa Klein Ransom and James Ransom. Let's begin. Some walked, some drove, but we took the train north. Me and Mama and Daddy got to the station crack of dawn early, before anyone could see us leave. Daddy holding tight to me with one hand, 3 tickets to New York in the other. The porter helped us on board, then handed us our bags and our shoebox filled with food and tied with string. On to the first train out of North Carolina, just as the conductor yelled, "All aboard the New York bound Silver Meteor." Daddy led me to the last seats in the colored car and let me sit next to the window to watch the train whistled and chugged, leaving puffs of smoke behind. The conductor shouts, "Next up, Rocky Mount." We left in secret before Daddy's boss knew, before our lease was up. We said our goodbyes to Uncle Buck and Granddaddy and Grandma, her wet cheek pressed against mine. "Ruth Ellen, you mind your mama and your daddy," she said. "No more picking," Daddy said mad. "No more working someone else's land," Mama said proud. "We're going to make our own way up north," they both said. Out the window, I watched Blue Ridge Mountains and fields with folks already hunched and picking row after row of cotton, tobacco, and peanuts every day, except the Lord's Day. Just like my granddaddy, but not any more for my daddy. At the next stop, more people and boxes and satchels squeezed into the colored car. So many, they stood on tired feet or sat on hard floors where they were. Daddy pulled out cards to pass the time. I won at rummy, Daddy at war. In my bag is the book teacher pressed into my hands on the last day of school before we left. Next up, Norfolk, Virginia. In our straight back seats, where we finish with our cards, Mama fusses in her purse. Daddy stares ahead. I take out the book teacher gave me. The cover's worn, pages too. "Read to me, Ruthie," Mama says, and I do. First, the title, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. Then I turn to the first page. I was born in Tuckahoe near Hillsborough and about 12 miles from Easton in Talbot County, Maryland. Mama listens till her eyes blink longer, then close, but I keep on. Next stop, Alexandria, Virginia. Out the window, in between pages, I watch as crooked shacks sprout on the edges of fields. Folks wave from their doorways, and I wave back. Mama turns in her sleep, restless and dreaming. All around me, everybody leaving for the north talks in Bible words. Exodus, Egypt, Canaan, hoping that Chicago, Detroit, and New York City are the promised land. Next stop, Washington, D.C. The porters come and move signs, waking Daddy, telling everyone in the colored section to sit where they want. We don't have to stay in front behind the engine breathing in smoke because we're past the line that divides black from white, south from north, wrong from right. I wait to move, but we wait more. Finally, Daddy takes my hand and Mama stands, and we walk down the aisle, out of the colored car, and through the curtain. Next stop, Baltimore, Maryland. On the other side of the curtain is the dining car with tablecloths and drinking glasses and white faces and good food smells that make my stomach growl and make me wish we hadn't eaten Grandma's fried chicken and hard-boiled eggs and lemon pound cake so soon. Next stop, Newark, Delaware. We walk past row after row of white folks who stare or turn away with eyes that say keep moving when they see us. Some people put hands in empty seats, not here, and we keep walking until we find smiles from new neighbors. Out the window, people turn and point, and I see water, a whole river running along beside us. It's the Delaware River, a mother says to her boy. The book teacher gave me has pages filled with the story of a boy leaving behind what he knew and heading to what he doesn't, just like me. Only he didn't have a ticket bought by his daddy and his food packed by his grandma. So he was cold and hungry, but he kept on running at night with only the North Star to guide him along the Chesapeake and the Delaware River in secret, getting help along the way till he made his way walking to freedom north. Next up, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I watch the tracks in front of me and behind me, just as far as the eye can see. Mama and Daddy say jobs, education, freedom are waiting in New York for us. And like the boy in the book, we all running from and running to at the same time. Last stop, New York City, Penn Station. We step off the train and I stretch my neck to see bright lights, tall buildings, shimmering against a sky, bright as 100 North Stars. Daddy grabs our bags. I squeeze Mama's hand. The other holds tight to my book. The end. And that is the story of the Overground Railroad. You can stop in at any time here at the Bellaire Public Library and pick up your craft that goes along with today's story. There will be a map of the geography of the Great Migration. What you'll do is you'll take glue and you'll follow the migratory lines from each state to their ending location. And then you can take glitter of different colors to coordinate with each state and glitter the glue lines, the migratory lines. There's also a crossword puzzle, the Great Migration word search. And once you find all the words, you will find the answer to a secret message. Next week, we will be talking about Abraham Lincoln, Abe's Fish, A Boyhood Tale of Abraham Lincoln by Jen Bryant. And it looks like the portal is beginning to open. So now I can return to 1927. I couldn't have done it without your help. Thank you so much, Time Traveler, and we'll see you next week.